What is going on? And we are live. Sorry about that. Just getting ready. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day out here in this beautiful time. It is Friday, 11/27, and it is about 10:25. Hope everyone's having a great day out there. Hope you're doing well. Got to get that merch. Should I have my merch on? Right? Got to have my merch on. Hold on. Let me get my merch on. Everybody join into the stream. A couple minutes. We're going to get started. Get it going. Shout out to all my crypto lifers. If you're an American, shout out to you. A lot of people do not have work today. And a lot of people don't have work anyway in this crazy pandemic, but a lot of people don't have work today. Get yourself a crypto lifer hoodie. Okay, come on. Do yourself a favor. Hook yourself up. Be good to yourself. You made some good trades. Buy yourself a crypto lifer hoodie. So you can walk around, tell everyone you're a crypto lifer, and when they look at you, you can tell them, yeah, I bought this hoodie because I traded crypto and I made my crypto monies. So you can just, I should make one that says, I bought this with crypto. That's what the hoodie should say. I bought this hoodie with crypto. The crypto hoodie. Let the world know that you're doing the crypto thing. See what I'm saying? I need the glasses. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends on the day. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We're going to get into Bitcoin right now. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and what you could be doing, maybe to make a buck or two. So let me show you what's going on. Now, here's Bitcoin on the daily. Now, I've been talking about Bitcoin on the daily for a long, long time. Every single time that the MACD crosses on the daily, we see a nice correction for Bitcoin, okay? So let me take you into this and kind of break it down for you and show you what's going on, okay? So you know what I know, that we know, that you know, okay? You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So if we take a look at it, we're seeing that every single time we had a cross here on the daily, Bitcoin went down. Here's Bitcoin sitting at about 13,999, and Bitcoin would fall all the way to 9,900, 9,200, Here's another cross right here, and Bitcoin would take a nice little dump from 10,400 all the way down to about 69. Nice retracements, okay, to say the least. And if you want me to go over those for you, just so you can get an idea, this one came up, came back up, came back down again. Faked out with a double top. I feel like we got a double top up here anyway, so that's what's going on. Now, if we keep moving, okay, you're going to see that Bitcoin had a cross right here, and the same thing happened. We were at a high of about 10,433, and we would come all the way down to about 6,000. 6,600, even Stevens. So we'll lower. There's a 30% correction on the daily. So every time I see Bitcoin go down on the cross on the daily, we're seeing some big corrections. Okay. Here's one that took a lot longer than the others. There's a long cross with a bit of a fight here, but it will only eventually to give up on that move and go down 15%. Okay, so as I watch this, it curved down. We have a little dips on the curve down, lack of momentum, but we would always get bought back up. And I would show you this, guys, and I'd say, this little divot's coming in, but it bounces away. This little divot bounces away. This is a divot, and boom. It crossed now. So now we have the cross. At this point, you kind of have to believe the TA, okay? You can't negate this TA at this point. Double top even on the MACD. Double top down, okay? So at this point, your emotions don't matter. Yes, it's FOMO. Yes, it can keep going. But honestly, it can't. This oscillator cannot extend itself any longer. The momentum of the move has ended. And all this says is enough people decide that it's time to short Bitcoin. Enough more people want to short than they want to buy. And that's really what this means. Okay? This is people's behavior. Every graph, everything you're seeing is behavior. These are human beings' behavior. Okay? Now, I know many human beings are erratic and very stubborn about Bitcoin because I was. So before I was more expert at doing this, I'd make the same assumption that it has to go up. It can't go down anymore. It's Bitcoin. Everyone just loves it, and they're going to have to keep buying it. But, you know, what I have to do as a trader, as a professional day trader, swing trader, is I have to believe what I see in my face. Now, this is a 4-hour MACD cross. Looks like it was going to cross last night. It got close. You know what I noticed, though, that threw me off? I'll show you, is you start to see subtle things as a trader. Very subtle. Now, normally a healthy MACD, see how shorter, 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 shorter. Nice. This one too, shorter, a little messed up, but it comes out. This one's a beautiful textbook one right here on the right. Both of these kind of shorter, shorter. Now, I was watching the MACD last night and I noticed something. When I took a good gander at it, see how these weren't going like in short, like see how this one was, usually they're a nice step. But see how the step's starting to slow down? Tells me that there's possibly more red coming and that this could come up and this could be a really nice dump. And it's from this little subtle thing because I know these oscillators so well. This little subtle step. And if you don't know what I'm saying, I'm meaning I don't know if I could flip it. Does it show it? No, you can't flip an oscillator. But the idea that this hill is not, I'll show you real big. This is what I'm saying. It's like step, step. And if we took these measurements of these steps, we could even put like a line there just to kind of help us out. And look, you know, you see that the steps start getting a little tighter. And that means that the momentum isn't pushing us up anymore. The downward momentum is kind of forcing these steps not to be as clean. It's an indication that something could be brewing for Bitcoin. So take a look back now. I drew this rising wedge that Bitcoin is in. Now, inverted. Look at that. I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. So I drew this falling wedge. First, I drew a rising wedge here. Bitcoin up, Bitcoin down, Bitcoin up, Bitcoin down, Bitcoin up. I was able to find out where it is. That's why you got to do your voodoo here. I call it pattern voodoo. And you just like see the pattern here. I created this pattern. And I even created a trajectory that I believe Bitcoin will go on. You know, so far it's pretty accurate. Came up. We're going to come down, right? We're in a pattern. We're in a way. I feel that's going to come at least down to the 200-day moving average. Okay, that's going to put us at about 15,900. Okay, and I'll show you something else. It's like there's a trend watch that I'm watching too. Okay, stay tuned to the end of the show. I'm going to show you how I know Bitcoin is far more likely to go lower and where it's going to go. So if that finds your fancy, I'm going to show you another technical indicator that really has got me thinking that Bitcoin's going down. Now, let me take a look. I'll show you. I'm shorting Link right now. And why am I shorting Link? Well, Link likes to pump, okay? Link likes to pump, and I'll get into why. So if you want to stay tuned, I'll show you my Link short. I'll show you how I did it, when I did it. I'm in profits right now, and I'll explain how you achieve a beautiful short the way I'm doing it. Through a ladder buy-in, and it's actually a beautiful technique, so stay tuned. Basically like free tutoring. I'm going to break it down for you and really give you the insight of the ladder in trade, how I made the Link move. I was talking about it with someone I was tutoring yesterday. During the tutoring session, we were going over charts, and I said, you know, I think I'm going to ladder into Link down. Okay, so to me there's downside, and I'm predicting downside past the 200-day moving average. Okay, past the 200-day, and I'll show you some amazing stuff. So let's go over look at the altcoins. Let's look at dominance. What's the day like? You know, if Bitcoin's going down, is it pulling some alts? Are some alts still pumping? I see sellers still up 13%. So I see some life in the market. We'll take a look at Binance. We'll see what's going on, right? See what the big coins are for the day. We'll take a look at CoinMarketCap, see how the health is for the 24-hour market. But we're going to give you Bitcoin, then we're going to give you Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance, to me, it was in a parabola like this, you see? Nice bowl. And it fell out of the bowl, and now it's retesting the bowl, which also happens to be near the 200-day moving average. We are above the 21, and the 21 is curving. That could be an indication that dominance is on the way back up. Interesting, you see that it bounced recently from 61 all the way back to 63. So people don't mind being in Bitcoin as Bitcoin goes down. They'd rather just hold Bitcoin, I guess. It's interesting for me to think, because, I don't know, I'm wondering, they don't want to sit in an alt. They'll probably lose more money holding an alt than Bitcoin, but they're both going to go down. Maybe the alts will go down more substantially, but yeah. So we'll take a look at Bitcoin. We'll show you what's popping today, and we'll show you what's going on. There's still some movement here. There's still some hot movement here and there. Of course, these altcoins aren't going to go away now. Now that the juice has been injected into those, and there's some money around, people are going to sell that money, and I think that money's going to stay in the alts. It's going to swing around. That's why I think dominance really would only make sense if it gets rejected here. Now, if we look at the daily on dominance, it's kind of on its way back up. You can see that it's curving. Kind of says that it wants more. Do I open the bowl up and say that, fine, it's just hitting the bottom of the bowl. It might bounce back up. I don't know. I still think it's getting rejected here by the bowl. I'm hoping for a rejection of the bowl down here. This is becoming somewhat of a cup and handle. You have your cup. Now you have a handle. You kind of do actually. Look at this. So now I got to take into play that this is a cup and handle. Now, if dominance is brewing, that makes me think that Bitcoin's brewing to go higher, right? It's kind of, but we do want to see dominance hit this and keep coming down. So hopefully dominance just struggles around here and moves down a little bit or goes sideways as we wait for this. So dominance is in this giant falling wedge. We fell. We're hoping for the fall down here all the way back to 51. If we can get this in the next couple weeks, because this is the daily, this will be unbelievable. So we could have some more downside. There's possible. We're already in the pink here, very strong in the MACD, and it's curving. So 3-day as well, but the 3-day looks actually worse. So fine, we might get a day of dominance popping, but the 3-day there's no way. So that's good. And the weekly's still strong, but it's actually on the downtrend. Look at that. It's on the downtrend on the weekly. This is super good. Stochastics pointing out, RSI going out. So this basically tells you the weekly is going to take 1 or 2 weeks. 3, 4. It's going to take about 3 to 4 weeks. You can say, look, because we're going to have another histogram on the here 1 week. Then we're going to have to start the red. 1, 2, 3. If everything works out, we'll only get 1 or 2 reds. And if you're not sure what I'm saying, well, this MACD histogram is going to come like this. We're going to get some reds. It's going to come down and it's going to come back up. And that, my friends, will be whack. But this will basically suggest that the MACD crosses the red line, and that's setting us up for a beautiful. It's all setting up. You can see. So the story's here. The 1 week on Bitcoin dominance is looking extremely bearish. Curve on the MACD, curve on the stochastics, curve on the RSI. Everything is going to go in our favor, guys. Looking for some big downside. So stay tuned. Today would be a good day to start dollar cost averaging into some altcoins. Or you should be shorting and using that money to short to gobble up some altcoins. So we went over Bitcoin. We went over Bitcoin dominance. Now let me give you a trick. And we're going to give you 2 tricks here. We're going to give you a trend watch trick to show you why I'm pretty sure Bitcoin is on the way down. If it crosses this line to the way up, it's a big deal. If it crosses this line on the way down, it's a big deal. So stay tuned for that. I'm just going to give you my link short trade, something you really want to see and stay tuned for. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you some exclusive knowledge here. How I traded Link, how to ladder in, great advice for a beginner, expert, anybody who's trading, just to see what I'm doing with my trades. Love learning. Morning, Sam and fam. Hey, Sam, we arrived. We'll be in and out on this stream, but so excited to be getting settled and back to life. Amazing. Shout out to everyone on the live stream. This person, XRP Muser, BS Social, Theo the Wrench, Cryptoholics Anonymous. Thank you guys so much for watching, coming into the live stream on this holiday Friday. A lot of people probably sleeping in. They don't have to get up early. They're not at the usual place of work. Even when things were back to normal. Basically, there we go. But 14 people watching. Hit that like button. We got 10 likes, including me. So hit that like button. Let's get it all the way up to 15. If I show up every morning for you guys, all you got to do is show up for me. Hit that like button. It means a lot. And you'll meet someone that you like. Honestly, I've seen every single person in my group talk and meet someone, privately DM and find someone that they really like. So stay tuned. Let me know. I just want you guys to be a part of the family. And it's a really progressive family where everyone wants to learn. If you're coming in there and just asking for, hey, what's the next thing? Or you don't really post a chart. If you don't chart, or if you're not willing to chart, it's really not the place for you. I mean, I don't mind. You can come in and ask questions, but I'm trying to turn a team of traders into my family, into winners. And I just want everyone to have that mentality, So it's not really like your normal place. Like every once in a while I see someone use language that we're not used to. Like the lifers, it's like a positive. When someone comes in like, hey, when is language? Like it's not a place just to complain or talk. It's a place to gain knowledge and to meet people that really want to help you. That's my energy. That's the vibe I'm putting out. So I think that's why I'm attracting the like-minded people. But of course, there's going to be people every once in a while. We're getting up there to almost 100 people, and I may start closing the group soon because I really like. I think I'm going to make it private, around 100 or more. I don't know, maybe 200. But the second I feel it getting saturated and I'm unable to control the narrative, I'm definitely going to close it down because it has to move in the way we want it to move. Okay, so we give you Bitcoin. We gave you Bitcoin dominance. But please join my Telegram group in the link below. If you're like-minded, if you want to learn, if you're progressive, you want to keep going. Uni taking a beautiful dump. That would have been a nice short. So everything taking a beautiful dump. And Bitcoin finally dumped for me. There we go. Yeah, 590 into the fives. So now you're going to teeter with the fives. Look at this, the weekly. The weekly has a cross coming. You're in the pink. Last time we were in the pink, we had a nice little drop. See, we don't even have to cross. And where did we go? We went from 12,077 all the way down to about 10,000. That's a 20% drop, okay? So I'm giving you the weekly on Bitcoin, giving you dominance. Now let me show you when you're trading alts, when you should start taking profits. Everything's going up, You're not sure when to get out. I'm going to teach you that. So check it out. And if you want to stay tuned, I have a link short going, and I want to give you guys how I made the link short, how it's going, and break that down for you guys. So let me know about that. Stay tuned, and I'll give you an amazing trade. And I'm also going to give you a trend line watch, an amazing indicator that's going to show you why we're pretty sure Bitcoin is going to be going down. XRP back to 51, 52 cents, taking a nice dump as well. You name it. The coin's going to be going down if Bitcoin goes down. So remember that. 4 Hour wants to save us, but will it? It looks nice. I've seen it look nice before. But now XRP is in a new channel, something like this. We'll get back to XRP. And any ticker that you're at, you want to know about, let me know. We got to go for Boxel for Hamid. We've got a great memory there. Stella Kaikart. There's 14 amazing people in the chat. Only 8 likes. Let's show the love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Stella, you're awesome. My lifers, man. I really feel like I may not have that many subscribers yet, but who I do have, man, you guys are fulfilling, amazing, and awesome people. So shout out to every one of the lifers. Love you guys. Couldn't be here without you. It means the world. So we take a look at total and total 2. Now, what is that? And again, I make the joke, it's not a serial from the 1990s. I think that's funny. I know it's corny. I keep doing it. Tell me when I should stop making that joke. Anyway, total and total 2. You can see that we have a head and shoulder pattern now forming on the overall market cap. That is a bearish pattern. That's not good. Okay? Not good at all. So that scares me. This is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. So this is the altcoin market cap. Looks like it's going to take a bit of a dump. If this head and shoulders plays out, it'll run it back definitely into the pattern that it was in, that it broke out of. And then we'll see us go sideways. Maybe we break out again. Now, how did we know where the target was? Well, let me explain. You can graph the crypto total market cap just like you can graph an altcoin, just like you can graph anything. What's going on, man? Thank you, the person. Appreciate that. Thank you, Jesse B. Everybody. Really appreciate it. 14 people, 13 likes. I'll take it. One dislike. So one person likes to watch, but he likes to dislike. I think I know who it is. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Comes on my channel every day to hit the dislike button. Insane, right? Hey, man, everyone's going to have a hater. But look at, check it out. You're going to take the length of the top of the triangle to the length of the bottom of the triangle. Okay. And then you're going to pull it up here. And around this point, this is where the altcoins were going to go. You know, and I even told my wife, I said, you know, it's about, if we break 200, it's 215. And then, you know, I thought it was about $200, $200 billion. We puffed up a little bit. We got above it. But you can see that this is exactly what happened, and we got rejected. So always chart total 2, okay? Total 2. Total 2 is crypto total market cap, excluding Bitcoin. So you can really get a handle on when maybe you should take some profits on your alts. This would have told you when XRP was going to probably kind of take a little dump. This had so many indications for you. So I'm giving you guys some gems. When you wake up in the morning, you got to be charting total 2, Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. If you're not doing that, there's a good chance that maybe your trades won't go well today. So I told you guys, if you stay tuned, we're going to give you some amazing news. Now, I got some amazing news for you guys, honestly. Especially if you're a Bitcoin maxi. If you're a Bitcoin maxi, I got some absolutely amazing news for you. So let's check it out. Now, my Telegram is absolutely blowing up. Okay, the last time I was on, it was like 4 in the morning. And there's amazing groups of traders in there. A lot of people, a lot of information. Okay, but look for my posts. I'm the only one posting real trades. A lot of people posting their results. I go into a trade and I post my entry immediately with a stop loss and an entry. You can see it. So if you stay with me, and I have well thought out ideas, there's usually big reasons for why I'm doing something. And yeah, you can use me as an indicator. My buddy said, you're my indicator, you know, and that made me happy. So that's pretty cool. So check it out. I think you waited long enough. I'm going to give you the link trade. Okay, I'm going to show you where we're at with it, what's going on. So link. How did I begin? Well, what I did is I had a hunch that Link was going down. I had a hunch that Bitcoin was going down, right? So when I had a hunch that Bitcoin was about to go down, I said, well, it takes down the USDT pair every time for Link. And Link is the big pumper. It has a lot of newbies in it. I feel like Link would be the one that would go down with Bitcoin, right? So I made that idea. I made that play. Now, the first thing I did was at 3:52 in the afternoon, I got into Link down for $450. Now that position is now 10%, right? Should have loaded up on that thing, man. I feel like I should have put 10 grand on that. But I just said that to kind of give you guys an idea. That's what people think. And that's why people get wrecked. You don't do that. That's what we want to do. That's what our emotions want us to do. The smart trader ladders in. The smart trader knows that anything could go the opposite way. The smart trader never believes that things are going to be one way. I'm going to give you guys an awesome quote later today and a book I think we all should be reading by Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. I'm going to give you an amazing quote from Mark Douglas about trading in the zone. It's really going to help you guys kind of situate and understand. So we laddered in to Link down. We made our first $450 purchase at 352. Okay, and then look, as the trade went in my favor and I started to gain and I looked at things were going well, I was able to then open another position in Link down for 500. That's now down up another 40%. Okay, and look, these positions are a vastly different time period away. Then about 20 minutes later, I would open another position in Link down as confirmation of the move became apparent to me. And then about 2 more minutes later, I would open up yet another position in Link down. Now you can see $20 in this one. We've gained 10% in 2 damn near and 4% in 1 and 2. It's a great percentage gain if you look at it. Basically made 4 trades. So basically I showed you there's 4 different trades. Each of them, one shows 9, one shows 9, one shows 4, one shows 4. These are entries that made sense to me because I was doing my due diligence. Look, I can see that Bitcoin is going to go down because I trust the daily oscillators. I don't listen to anybody else. I don't listen to the nonsense. A lot of people say we're pumping to 18. A lot of this crazy stuff. And I hear a lot from Elliott Wave traders. I'm not a huge fan of the Elliott Wave theory. I shouldn't say that out loud. I don't want to offend some people. I'm not saying it doesn't work, and I'm not saying it doesn't come into play. Okay? It's not what I'm doing. But what I am doing is I'm saying that I feel like the length and the movements can be quite arbitrary. And I see a lot of Elliott wave traders overshoot and undershoot their entries. And I also see a few of them in the past miss a lot of big moves for Bitcoin. So I'm a pattern trader. I just keep it real simple. I pattern trade, meaning I find a pattern and I basically play the percentage of that pattern. This is a rising wedge. It breaks down 68% of the time. So I had a 68% chance that Bitcoin was going to come back down to the measured move here, around 14,000. It's pretty obvious to me, but I guess it's not obvious to a lot of other people. You're not the one. I don't think it's you, BS Social. I actually thought we would go to I wasn't saying that you were going to distract. No, I wasn't saying it was you, honestly, because I actually thought it could go to 18K as well. You made a really good point. I want to bring out BS Social Swap's point right here. And I actually had it. I had it here. You could have been 100% right. I am not 100% right because look, I'm going to show you why BS Social, you were 100% right. I'm a pattern trader. I trade the patterns until I don't, okay? This was an inverted head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder. I thought that you were 100% right and the inverted head and shoulders was going to pop and send us right back to 18,800 where we would get rejected and begin our move down. So what I did is I put us in this pattern when this began, and I said if we hold this line here, it's going to negate this head and shoulders. Now we're going to make another shoulder. See, you always have to remain, and that's where we're going to get into this book by Mike Douglas, and I'm going to give you a quote that's really going to help me. It's BS Social Swap, man. I love you, man. You're amazing. You do nothing but great things for the channel. I appreciate your presence at all times, and I truly love you, man. I got a lot of love for you. I hope we get to meet one day. I feel like we've hung out, even though we haven't. I feel like a deep connection to you. Maybe I'm a weirdo, but I do, man. I like how you trade. I like how watchful you are. To get that good at trading, I feel like you have to be more in tune with yourself. So now I know that I'm with someone that's in tune with themselves. I know I'm with someone that's disciplined. And you still like to have a good time. I could tell that too as well. So shout out to BS Social Swap. If you ever have something going on, I feel like one day he's going to have the social swap. Something's happening. So yeah. So anyway, you could have been 100% right. He was in my channel, and that's why I love my channel. It's not always one way, like it has to be this way. We don't know. We all have to kind of work together to form the ideas. We're all a team. So I think we're going to do this. Come back down here to 15.5, maybe, and then that's going to be when we just keep moving down, in my opinion. And this should be the bottom after like the second or third touch. Something like that. And that would put us right here. 14,121, And right now, I'd tell you right, I sold Bitcoin around 17,000. I never do that. And I plan on buying it back around $14,000. Yeah, there could be 15-minute, but you have to realize is we're in a larger downtrend. So when we're in a larger downtrend, right, that the bullish divergence, what it will do normally, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but what I've seen it do, because here's your bullish divergence, I'm with you. It's there. And we also have the swing. It's going to be a nice trade. Looks like you could really get into a swing trade here, a leverage trade. And I think we're going to come back up and just test this level one more time before we decide to fall. See how we keep testing it? Strange. I drew this line when we were up here. Had no idea we would come and use this line for a rejection point. Someone else is drawing this line. Someone else has identified this pattern as well. To me, I feel like I'm on the path to being one of the first people to identify this pattern. And that to me, and I'll show you something else. Rounded bottoms are very bullish, right? Nice little rounded bottom here. Boom. But then we have a rounded top, and those are very, very bearish. Okay, let me show you. You flip this and you invert your curve. It's a very bearish sign. Okay, boom. Very bearish sign. We might just even come back to hit this and get rejected. So That's what I think is going to happen. If you could see, Bitcoin's completely falling again. As I say this, 16,550. And eventually what it's going to do is if it keeps falling, there will be no divergence. This will fall down, right? And it will just negate this as divergence, because now, look, this is forming down. And this is forming kind of, if it comes down, then flat, right? There still is divergence. I'm not going to deny it. If this goes to infinity and this goes to infinity. But, you know, the short sellers are in control right now. You can see a big candle down, man. We could see a big candle down. There's a reason why my link short is in position, and there's a reason why I sold Bitcoin, as you can see, and I have an order placed at 14,100 for $12,000. I sold 0.71 Bitcoin. I'm trying to turn it into 0.85. So this is no joke. I'm not putting, you know, more than 10 grand is a good chunk of money in my opinion. So, so I hope everyone's doing well. Shout out to this person, XRP Muser, BS Social Swap, Dealer Wrench. Way less people today. People are sleeping in. You can tell it's a holiday in Moss. What do you think about YF died down? I see huge potential gain. Oh, let's get into that. That's juicy. That's juicy. So we covered Bitcoin. We covered Bitcoin dominance. I just want to take a look at gold and the markets. We've been neglecting gold recently, and I think it's important that I throw it in there. My call for Fluent at 325 was a golden call. I absolutely nailed it. So, yeah, I made this call for Fluent months ago, and all I did was use bullish divergence. I saw that the price was going up while the price was going down. It's actually one of the most exaggerated forms of hidden bullish divergence I had ever seen. Hard to see with all my work here, but you can see swing up in price to swing up. We had swing down to swing down. It told me that the trend would continue. We had a little bit of a dip, but all that did was make an inverted head and shoulders, and now we hit our target. So unbelievable. My call was down somewhere around here, around $2. Said Fluent's going to go to 325. I told my friends this thing's on its way. The TA is real. So there you go. Amazon sitting flat today, only up 28, but it isn't a bull pennant on the 4 hour. So look for Amazon possibly to have a big move. How big? Let's take a look for you. If you're in Amazon, you're thinking of trading Amazon, looks like we have another big leg up coming for Amazon. First time I ever charted Amazon for you guys on the live stream. So check it out. I feel like Amazon is going to make a big move. Up about 39% gains.
It's almost Christmas, that's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Amazon's going to have, oh yeah, always buy Amazon during the Christmas season. Of course. Of course. Just popping in. I'm off today. It's my birthday and I'm golfing. Happy birthday, Mo. Love you, buddy. So if you're new to the stream, we're shorting Bitcoin. We're shorting some altcoins. And we think Bitcoin's going down to about 14,100. That's what the chart suggests to me. Could be 100% wrong, but that's what the chart suggests to me. Also, I want to get into a video, and I want to talk about a quote from a famous trader that's going to help us. And if you stay tuned, I want to show you something else, how I know that when Bitcoin crosses this line, it goes down pretty fast. So, and I want to get into a Bitcoin upgrade. Bitcoin's getting an upgrade. That's what I'm saying. During this whole bear market, the developers working really hard on Bitcoin. You think the biggest, most greatest coin in the world was actually going to be something that wasn't robust and didn't have technology advancements? Let's get real. The human race has always made things better. For us not to make Bitcoin better would be absurd. So, if you think about what I'm saying here, there's a good chance. Just changing this contrast a little bit. There we go. Bust out those pearly blues. You know what I'm saying? Gotta use what you got, baby. Gotta use what you got. Okay, so check it out. Check it out. So if you know Alessio Rostani, and let's take a look at my SGMO call. So we're going to take you just quick through this quote. But he gives us a book here. And it's really worth.
It's impossible. Bitcoin will never drop because
this guy's a good trader, well-known trader.
All that nonsense. Bitcoin. This book, there's a chapter. I think it's chapter 6, page 88. Go.
This is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas.
Read this chapter. Actually, read the whole book if you can, but just read chapter 6 and 7 if you can. There it is. Look what it says over here. The uncertainty principle. You see that, guys? Now, in the uncertainty principle, here's what Mark Douglas says in this book. He says, if there is such a thing as a
secret to the nature of trading, this is it. At the very core of one's ability to trade without fear or overconfidence, number one, can't have fear and you can't have overconfidence. You gotta remain neutral. Perceive what the market is offering from its perspective, right? I saw Bitcoin on the daily chart making a dump. Like the Bitcoin daily chart says we're going down. Why would I fight the weight of the daily chart? I believe the daily chart when Bitcoin was pumping, when everything was going in my favor, everything was going well, right? So why would I then negate the oscillators because of my emotions? Can't do that. I can't do that. So guys, that's why I'm telling you we're going down. Look, Bitcoin 6.5. And you'd be like, oh, this guy, look, we came up, we got rejected by the line. That's a double top now. Another one. We're headed down. I mean, it's like, you know, and my position is just going to get better. 50-50, this should start rolling in a little better. See how Link's doing. So anyway, now we're in the fours. So completely going the way it's supposed to go. My $17,200 sell, I've already up $700 if I buy back Bitcoin right now. I either get $700 more in Bitcoin, and look, we're finally getting a MACD cross right here on the 1 hour. It's going down for a little bit, and the daily and the 3-day, they look horrible. Look at the MACD's about to cross on the 3-day, and the daily already had a cross. We're on our way down. RSI is going to make its way, at least 46 something. We'll see it come down. So these are apparent signs that we were going to have a pullback. It was obvious to anybody who could read the oscillators. So stop using your emotions. If you are, come to my channel and learn the TA. Really. Show me the TA and I'll show you the news. Okay? I can show you some eerie, stay tuned. I'll show you the Dow and I'll show you how there was actually indications in the technical analysis that we were going to have the pandemic drop. Now, how big it was, we didn't know, but there was definitely bearish divergence heading into that move. If that's a coincidence, I don't know why, but it is. NIO continuing to rip. You see it's in this rising wedge. If it breaks out of this, it's going to break parabolic and go all the way to 73 pretty fast and easy. That's another almost 28% gain or more. Less now that it's made its move, about 36% gains coming out of NIO. Now, it could also break down. If it breaks down, it's going to come back to support at 41. That would be a really nice place to load up. You can see it's just like Bitcoin on the 12-hour. It's overextended. It's going to have a cross, and when that cross happens, it's coming down. I would start taking profits now and maybe buy into the pump. You know, take profits now and buy into the breakout because you'll miss a little bit, but you'll get away from risk. And that way, you can either buy back down here or buy into the pump. That's a really good idea. Either way, because if you're not watching it as a trader and you let this go a couple of days, this could just fall back down and you won't notice unless you have a stop loss right here at the bottom of the pattern. That's a good place too, because then you'll get stopped out here, hopefully in profits because you've been in. Since I put people in here down at 17, when we first started talking about NIO, we talked about it at 17 and we made a bull pennant, and it was pretty obvious that NIO is going to start doing its thing. It's stepping up onto a parabolic move. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, in my opinion, going into the parabola, and then it's going to shoot up and then have a nice drop all the way back into the 40s and 30s for the Fibonacci retracement. Just what happens to most stocks. Let's take a look at SGMO from my man Mo. He doesn't even have to ask today. He just gets it handed to him. Now look at my Tesla call. Tesla going all the way to 700. It's all the way hitting $600. I called it here down at 400. There's a 50% gain for you that I gave you guys on November 16th. If you came to my channel, I sat there and I said Tesla is the play of the day. It was a golden call, probably one of the most golden calls I ever made, and I love that I have it here forever. I can always go back to it, and I put it out there because I want you guys to see that like this is real. My TA is real, and it's not even me making these calls. It's the TA that's making the call. It's just I get the benefit from knowing the TA. 39% gains coming all the way up to $30. 700. So huge 66% gains coming out of Tesla. It's right there, written in the sand for you guys. So Take it while you can, man. Take it while you can. November 16th, I'm telling you to get into Tesla at 400. Made a call, the call of my life, man. 50% gains in literally a couple days. So stay tuned for more. If you like my channel, give me a like for that call. Come on now. Can I get my daily dot update? Yes, you can. After I do SGMO, though. Okay? I know my man Mo 20 years. Okay? Wow, gold is 1782. And then falling out of this falling wedge. Wow, like this is strange to me. I think people are selling gold for Bitcoin, man. I really do. I think big hedge funds are moving positions out of gold. I feel like they know they're going to make far more money and the greed is taking over. I never thought we would see gold take this type of dump. Let's take a look at gold in the daily. It's so oversold. The stochastics are low. It's about to have its move. I think this is the low. Let's take a look if we see some strong support and resistance for gold. We do right here. So we got some gold bugs. Take a look at the 3-day. 3 days even more bullish. So we'll come back up. We'll get some bullish divergence maybe on this line. And then we're going to be off to the rate. You can see there's a rejection. Bit of a rejection, not perfect. A little bit of a rejection there. 1 wick, 2 wicks. We break up. Perfect place for us to bounce, really. 1780. So I'm making a call for the bottom on gold here at 1780. I really thought this was going to be the bottom here at 1861. Really didn't foresee gold breaking this line. But let's take a look at the 4-hour. Do we see any divergences going? We do. We see bullish divergence here on gold. We got a swing down, but we have a swing up on the RSI. So that tells me that this is going to be going up. Boom. So I would actually make some calls on gold right now for 1800 in about, it's going to be at 1800 within 10 days. So that's a good options call if you want to make it, Mo. Check it out. Bitcoin flopping and groping around 16,000. Okay, now let's take a look at, I want to take a look at SGMO. Now my call for SGMO was to buy it right here at the bottom of this trend line. I said it was a golden buy the other day, right? It was a couple days ago. It was in the nines. I said, this is it. I said, this thing is going to flip. It's going to go off this, do this, and then look at the gains coming. Just like I gave you Tesla. I'm giving this to you guys, okay? It's the same thing. Remember, this was November 6th. And how do I know? Well, it's in a rounded bottom. Rounded bottoms are bullish. Accumulation. People were accumulating this. Anyone who's smart money was getting in here. They know that it's going to gap up from this bowl. And then once it breaks this level, it has no resistance. And it's going to fly. This thing is one of the best setups I can show you in the stock market right now. SGMO. I'm going to give it a rating of like an 8.5 out of 10 for how good I think this is going to happen. So I'm giving this an 8.5 out of 10 rating. Seriously, still a good, perfect position to buy at $10. Mo, please load me up. I'll give you the losses if you lose. Load me up for $1,000 or $2,000 position at least. At least help me make a G, man, or more. I should make $3,000 on this move because it's going to go up 146%. Throw $2,000 in there for me, Mo, if you can. All right, we'll talk about it, man. It's not going to go down, man. Just take some of the profits that you've made with my other calls. Show me some love, bro. Show me some love. I expect in about 2 months, you can throw me about $3,000. All right. You did give me the call, but I'm giving you the news, and I'm getting you through this call, and I'm giving you the perfect places to buy on this call. Like I actually nailed this. I nailed this. It's one of the most. I usually am not the perfect at timing, but this one, look. When it was up here, I said it's gonna fall out of here, come back down. It's either gonna break out of this falling wedge and boom out, or it's gonna come down here. And this is where, if you get lucky, you'd like to get down. And it even made it into my circle. I didn't move my circle. I could move my circle. I was right there. But the fact that the price even made it into my circle when this was days away shows you that the TA is unreal. Okay, the TA really works. Okay, plug power. Looks like it wants to break support here. Everything's going parabolic. This is in a rising wedge now too. It tried to break out, but came back into the pattern, but it's not done yet. This thing breaks out of the pattern, this thing is gonna fly. I'll show you. It's gonna break out. So we're getting some parabolic moves. It's kind of scary. Lets me know that I think the Dow is ready for a blow off top in not too long from now. It's very possible. Okay. blow off tops occur, and it's basically when you think something's going to go down and it just keeps going up. It's like what happened to Bitcoin just recently. Thank you for going over the goal, boss. Anytime, man. Let's take a look at silver as well. We got a silver ETF 21, and we got silver here at $22 a share. Silver completely falling out of this pattern too, which I didn't think it would. Now we can say it's in this pattern here. We have to broaden it, and it's in a broadening rising wedge. So we could see it come up. I feel like it's about to do this. So if you want to play silver, it's oversold on the 4 hour. Today it looks like it's going to have a great day. Okay, so it's already a play, and you're just going to ride it to the top of this pattern. Very simple, okay? And that's going to be 18% gains. So for the next few days, you're going to have an uptrend in silver. If you're playing pips, silver should be doing something like this. You know, till it makes it all the way back to the top of the pattern. So look for silver to make 18% gains back to 26, 27. And hopefully it uses the little dip out of the rising wedge and makes it to my target. Now that big dip has affected my call, but I still think by January 29th, silver will be about $29 an ounce. So I'm still going to make that call. All right, folks, let's take a look at the Dow. The Dow Jones. The Dow Jones Industrial Average. And then we'll take a look at the dollar index, and then we'll get back into crypto and back into some news, and we'll take some tickers from you guys, and we'll keep it moving. Thank you for all the people watching. Really appreciate it. 16 watching, 2 dislikes. Wow, that's interesting. And 13 likes. I don't know what I did to make someone dislike me, but hey, you know what? Not everybody's going to like you, like my mom said. Not everybody. But remember Seinfeld? But everybody loves you, Jerry. I love that. I've always loved that. So funny. I know Mo loves that. Mo, I thought about you last night. Alex Trebek had recorded a kind of like warm, loving message for the world before he had passed away, and they played it on Thanksgiving. It was a tribute, and to hear his voice and to see him, he was a little bloated. He didn't look the same, but he still had that spirit, and to know that he was that sick, but he told everyone he was so thankful, and we all should be so thankful for everything we have. And I was like, wow, man, a guy losing his life. And he believed it. I could look deep in his eyes when he made the message, and I knew he meant it, man. I knew he meant it. And I know he means a lot to everybody. Mo, if you cried when he died, it's okay, Mo. It's okay. My friend Mo watched every single episode of Jeopardy. I don't think he missed one. If he did it, he had it recorded. He would binge watch it so he could get through the commercials on, he would record it on his TiVo or whatever like that. So you see the Dow now is in this rising wedge. Up, down, fell out, got back into the pattern, do, business as usual. But it's either going to break out now, the rising wedge, and go parabolic. So the sad thing is, parabolic means eventually it's going to come down hard. So if this does go parabolic, it's going to be a nasty crash. We'll go up really fast to 38. At that point, you should be taking your profits as fast as you can in this zone. So I'm telling you what's about to happen. We're either going to break out and go parabolic, or we're going to break down. Now, a breakdown is almost more bullish, because if we break out of this way, we're going to have a blow off top, and the blow off top eventually is going to result in a lot of pain. Okay? Fast moves up show fast moves down. Now, if we could break out of this slowly and maybe hit resistance or support down at the 0.5 Fibonacci, it would bring us down to 18,000. Now, I know that would hurt a lot of people. People would freak out, but it would give the Dow some support. It would give it a double bottom off of the same pandemic bottom here, and we could keep it moving. I don't think that happening because that took the pandemic, but who knows? All we need is like a vaccine to kill somebody during the, all we need is some strange FUD vaccine news. They're setting us up to teeter. Whenever the news sets you up for one thing, now they have your psychology waiting. So right now they have set us up for the vaccine that's coming. So they can pull the rug from us at any moment and degrade the mentality of the American people, because that's what's going to happen to the American people. They're very susceptible to CNN and the media. I notice it. Their emotions are easily swayed by what's happening on CNN. They all say it's the mainstream media, they don't believe it, but they still turn it on every day, and they still suck in all this nonsense. When do we start trading Bitcoin patterns? When do we start? I'm looking at BAT entry at 1300-ish. 2400 thoughts. Yeah, no, we actually, this is the time. When Bitcoin dumps this last time, I'm going to convert my whole entire portfolio into Bitcoin, and then I'm going to be trading alts for Bitcoin, and that's it. And as alts and Bitcoin go back and forth, I'm going to be going in and out. And what happens is Bitcoin just makes small moves. Your account just starts going up on top of the good trades you make. It's insane. It's a double whammy for you, and it works out really well. Then you can also siphon profits out. It's not easy. That's why I teach courses on this stuff. That's why I kind of show people how to allocate funds. That's why I know what pairs to trade. There's so much more to this crypto market than just opening up a trade. So much more. And really, I've been doing it for 4 years full time, because even when I had a job, I sat in a room and I literally was able to just do this all day long. So they would give me like a couple hours of work, then I'd wait 2-3 hours. A couple hours of work, wait 2-3 hours. Same scenario over and over again. And I was able to learn and absorb all this knowledge. COVID has landed at my house. The lady just tested positive. Here we go. Wow. Wow, man. I'm sorry to hear that. You're the first lifer we know. Yo, everyone say a prayer. Higher power, maker of heaven and earth, all seen and unseen. The energy that created us all. From whence I left, from whence I will go back. Please, blessings, and please pray for JD Hughes and his wife and his girlfriend, his situation that he's in. She is positive with COVID-19, and I hope she's asymptomatic and it's not too bad. And I hope that if they both do get sick, they get through it fast, and hopefully they don't get sick at all. So my prayers out to you, JD, and your family. I hope everything goes well. Shout out to you, man. Okay. And yeah, that's horrible, man. I don't want to see a lifer get sick. That will be like my last straw, honestly, with this disease. They already took my wife's father from us. It was horrible. I don't want them to take any more. So look at Dot making a big move and then just coming back. All these coins gave almost everything back. Isn't that crazy? Had a nice pop. You can see you can make this triangle here for Dot. And now it's just retesting the top of this trend line. Okay. Now, right now, you have to start trusting the dailies. In the volatility, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, they're going to start showing you so many different signals. You're going to have to get to the daily to really see the trees through the forest, like they say. Okay. So we have a horrible cross here on the daily for Dot. It tells you that we're going to have a big move down. The last time we had a cross right here, Dot went down really far. I say Dot comes all the way back down to hit support line here at $3.99. It's just the only thing that could happen. And look, if it bounces here, I say it could even go lower, all the way down to $2.87. So, because watch, Bitcoin going to drop another $2,000. What do you think that's going to do to the alts? It's going to take them all down. They're all priced in Bitcoin. So, I didn't accumulate any alts yet. It's weird. Something held me back. And I actually got a little upset during the move up, because I figured, damn, I should have bought these. But now I'm glad I didn't, because every single one of them is lower than I would have gotten into them. So I was patient, and my patience paid off. Okay. Bit of a strange pattern. I feel like we should label this pattern. If you look at it, it's an upside down bar. If you invert it, and it's a curved bottom. Interesting. Funny little pattern, huh? I kind of want to name it. Has an up on the side, a swing in the middle, and a shoulder. We should call it the playground swing. Look, it's a playground swing. Check it out. You would swing on this as a kid at the playground. Interesting. This is very interesting. I've never seen the up down, the swing, and the up down on both sides. I've really never seen this pattern. Not like this. Not like this. And honestly, it could form another shoulder here. Just comes up like this. Then you got a nasty complex head and shoulder that's going to come down the top of the head to the neckline. And that projects you down here. So that also comes right to support. This goes down to $2. So I'm bearish on DOT. I'm bearish on these altcoins. YFI down is in a very nice position on the daily. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, I think like DeFi is going to take a hit. When Bitcoin moves down, DeFi takes a hit. It's strange, but it is just is what it is. Okay. So we'll take a look at YFI down. XLM, I think you're right. XLM be a good short. Now look at this thing on the daily. So on the daily, it never really truly recovered, as you can see here. YF down. This is one of the lowest. Wow. So yeah, you can see this thing is on the ground. 12 hour, 8 hour. Yeah, it still could actually go down more, is what it's saying. Even though you can't believe me. Just because we should see a lot stronger movement on the MACD. But let's take a look now. Yeah, you're right. But the 4 hours looking great. 4 hour looks like we can get some money out of this. And you know what? These DeFis, a lot of newbies, a lot of creepy people, they're gonna freak out. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour wants to roll, but it's so sideways. Let's try to look at this pattern. It's hard to see what we got. Okay, so we fell from the 21-day moving average, so you knew we had to snap back, so we snapped back. So now we're not gonna fall too back. Look, the big fall, then we come close. So after the big fall, there's a good chance you can ride this right up. So I'm going to take this call with this idea because, see, look, the first thing we happen is we fall, we snatch the 21-day, and then the 21-day pulls us up. We fall, we snatch the 21 will pull us up. I have faith that this is a good call right now. Yeah, to 0.27, then boom. Well, you think it's going to go that low? You think it will go this low? Well, yeah, you're right. We're gonna wait for the 1 hour to go. So look, I'm gonna put a stoke down here. I'm gonna put an alert down here. And when this hits, I'm gonna open up a position in this. Nice call, BS Social. Nice call. It's a big daily falling wedge with 1,000% gain, even more. Yeah, I see it too, man. Look at the thing. Yep. Couldn't even see it on the daily because it's like such a beat down. And honestly, we have to double bottom, guys. So let me break this down for you guys. I think we're going to give you the play of the day right now. Look, this is a double bottom. Triple bottom forming at this point. Look. Bottom, bottom. Look, bottom, bottom, bottom. This is a triple bottom. This is going to play out very nicely. Big money coming if you want to short YFI down. We kind of have it for you guys right here, ready to go. So I'm going to open a futures position and ladder in. I'm also going to open maybe a spot position here with YF down. I think I'm going to be putting between $2,000 and $3,000 into the trade. If you want to follow me, stay tuned. I will be posting the trade. Or it could be in something like this now. So just be wary. Okay, cool. Now, I want to give you that quote. All right. If there is such thing as a secret to the nature of trading, this is it. At the very core of one's ability to trade without fear or overconfidence, number one. Number two, to perceive what the market is offering from its perspective. Number two, to stay completely focused in the now moment opportunity flow. And spontaneously enter the zone. It is a strong, virtually unshakable belief in an uncertain outcome, with an edge in your favor. The best traders has evolved to the point where they believe without a shred of doubt or internal conflict that anything can happen. They don't just suspect that anything can happen or give lip service to the idea. Their belief in uncertainty is so powerful that it controls their every move. Okay, so are you still in RSR and look at waves? I was never in RSR. Okay, let's take a look now. Amen, JD Hughes. Stay Ave, please. Okay, we'll take a look at Ave as well. JD Hughes, I put $50 in YF down last night. We'll add if it falls more. Cool, man. Cool. So a little pullback in Link, so we have maybe a little jump in Bitcoin. So you want me to go over Aave? Let's take a look at Lend. I gotta call it Lend, man. I like Lend. Aave 58. Aave's, these coins are just gonna go down with Bitcoin, man. In my opinion, they're gonna follow Bitcoin. Look, you can see it. It's in a falling wedge. I have it here going back down to the 618, which is the yellow here, possibly going back to 42. This could be a nice big retracement for the alts before they have a nice pop. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, the daily is horrible. We're getting a fall down. We are low though. We could start making a move back up. 12 hours still has some time. 4 hour. Yeah, you know what? And we had a push up here, but look, the momentum, we got nothing. So there's not a lot of bullish momentum. You can see we're going to fall down. We're going to fall down, and I have the 618 right here into the golden pocket. 42 is my call here for Aave. Now, it could go even lower, man. You don't get it. When Bitcoin drops really fast, it take this whole market down. And it's a lot of newbies who jumped in early, and they're going to just start selling off real fast. That's what they do, guys. That's what they do. Take a look at Binance for you. Binance sitting there with 36% gains for this audio coin. Pretty cool. Looks like this has something to do with music. That would be interesting. Audio up 14%, 34%. SWRV up 27%. Sushi holding it down. The BTC pair specifically up 25%. So Sushi holding its gains against Bitcoin. Probably staying flat as Bitcoin goes down. That's going to make a Sushi call. Sushi at 142. BUSD. Unify, which is up now 24%. CVP. So about the same coins, not a lot of action here. Let's see how many coins are down and what's going on with those. So YFI down is down 35% right now, right? So you like to buy coins that are down hard. SXP down 20%. XRP down. So the biggest down coins are the down tokens. Looks like that's kind of an indication that maybe they're going to recover. So stay tuned for that idea. Okay, Wi-Fi down is nice position. Aave, please. So we went over Aave for you, Stella. Hope that gives you good information. You can see that it's not doing good. I have a target of 3,000% gains. 1,000 into that can turn into 30K. That's insane, man. In like 15 days. Don't know, just daily fee down up tokens. Yeah, but you're saying if we put 1,000, we can get 3. I mean, that's, who knows. I'll take a look at Voxel for you. Yes, I will. Thank you for bringing that up. Thought you were. No, are you still? I'll take a look at Waves. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I never entered RSR. Never. Maybe a while back. There's a chance I did once or twice, but not in the last couple weeks. So Waves, man. Look at Waves. Forming a head and shoulder pattern. Right when I look at it. When I see this, I get scared. Immediately. This is the worst thing to see in any type of trade. It is what it is. You know, and it's going to happen. You get your head, your shoulder, and your head. This thing was pumping way before the pump. Went from $3 all the way to $9 or something. Like it's that is an unsustainable pop to go up 300% as fast as it did. So look for it to retrace the head of the shoulder, take the shoulder down, and boom, there's it gonna go right here. And if we pull a Fibonacci on it, probably makes 100% sense. Probably makes a lot of sense. So we'll make this the only window so we can really see what's going on. Bring this up. So check it out. We'll pull a Fibonacci from this level that we busted out. And yeah, we're just entering the golden pocket now in this retracement. Look for this shoulder to come out, and then we'll shoot down. Could go to the 618. These are places where to accumulate waves right around here. And if you get this low, another good spot. And if we take support and resistance lines, you'll see that we're hitting some milestones. And we could come right back down to this support line. So there's heavy support right here. We hit it, we broke out. And then there's heavy support on this line as well. We did go up really fast. Could I see this retracing all the way back down to $3? I do. I really do. That makes sense to me. I know it's crazy, but because how fast this pump was and how big this head and shoulders is, there's some downward momentum coming for a wave. So it looks like we're going to be able to short this whole market. Interesting. Looks like it's going to be a shorter's dream for the next couple weeks. And that's great because we want to reset new bases and new support lines so these coins can just keep going up. So this is YFI, right? On the 1 hour. It's in a falling wedge. But it could break out, right? So I'm a pattern trader. Tells me that this is a bull flag. We took the target of the bull flag. Something like this. Now, that's one scenario though, right? We could be breaking out. We probably would hit the top of the pattern. Right now, in the temporary short term, we're in this pattern, and we're going to come down to the bottom of the pattern. That's a 9% loss. On YFI down, we can get 27% out of that. So $1,000 could render us just $300 in this tiny move alone. Let's go take a look at the oscillators to see if we have any confluence. Now, the 1 hour says we're going to come up, but that could be small momentum. Stokes want to go. Right now, the 1 hour says yes. It wants to break out of this mini. So the 1 hour also is in this mini falling wedge right here. You see it? So right now, there's a possible chance the 1 hour breaks out of that. That's what it's saying, but let's keep moving. Let's keep moving to bigger time frames. Now, the 4 hour already kind of rolled up. It looks like it may kind of move up a little more, but then it may curl down. Stochastics aren't perfect. RSI is in a good place. So this could move up a little more. We could see some more movement out of this, but we're not sure right now. Gotta watch it. But right now it's in this bull flag, so it's bullish until it's not. So it's either gonna break. So I basically play these bull flags because they break out 68% of the time. So I go with these percentages. That's what pattern traders do. We assume the same thing about the patterns. So maybe it'll double top. It'll go up to the top of the pattern back now. That makes sense right now that it'll pop a little more, break out of this, give some bullishness, suck people into the trade. Then it'll be a bit of a double bottom. If this gets high or even, that'll form really bad bearish divergence because this will go to here to there or even here to there on a flat. And then we'll have really, really low on RSI. And that will tell you that we should start falling all the way back down to the bottom of this pattern. And that would take us down to $10,000. So I think we move back up to the top of the pattern, but then we just keep moving down. And that's 142%. Now, if we put YFI in this, and it's 3x, that could make 300%, 420% gains if we use 3x leverage. If you use 10x leverage, you can make 1,000% gains. So you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing? Yeah, so definitely, this is what I see happening back down here to the top of the pattern. Then we break out, and then this thing booms. So we could run the short down, and we could sell the short, flip ourselves into a long position, and then this thing looks like it's ready to go all the way back to all-time highs and higher. It's forming a beautiful bull pennant. Really, really doing well. We could also, let's be open-minded to one more idea. This is a cup and handle here that I just saw. These are pretty explosive. It's very rare that I don't see them blow up too hard. Although Wing didn't make a good move. But there's your cup. Here's your handle. It's a chance we do break out. So there's one bullish scenario, but it doesn't look good, right? It doesn't look good in the 8 hour. The 8 hour, we just actually, you know what? The 8 hour just had a cross. It's telling me that see, if I had to go on the 8 hour, this tells me we're bullish. Because look, we're basically coming up. Stokes, this tells me we're kind of bullish. Also here, the 12 hour says we're bullish. The daily says no way. The daily says we're beginning to go down. So it says we are going to get a push up to the top of the pattern, make a double top, and then we're going to tank. That's what I'm getting out of these oscillators. Some of them, it doesn't make sense to me. Like my logic and my emotions say no. Yeah, we will pump now. We'll put YF down a little more, and then boom. Yeah, man. So you're with me on it. You and me saw the same thing. Isn't that cool when you see something and then you come to my channel and we don't discuss it? I go over it, and you know that me and you know our TA. Two expert TA analysis guys. They will come to pretty much the same conclusion. They might come there in different ways. It's like I might take a couple lefts. You might take a couple rights. I might use some indicators you don't. You might use some indicators I don't. But for the most part, we're going to be right on the money, man. We're going to be right on the money together. Let's take a look at market cipher here. $1,000, $3,000 lifetime. Right now they're doing a $1,000 Black Friday deal. Pretty cool. Taking a second to load though. So here's market cipher. You want to look for the money line. Now the money line is red. Sometimes you do want to buy in the money line though. This gave you your bottom here. It's going to tell you that we're going to bottom out again. Not much information here on the 1 hour. Let's look at the 8 hour. Yeah, so the 8 hour this is it. This is where you start. I'll show you. This is the money line. Let me show you right now. So just know this is YFI, and this is the money line. Now, this is where you exit trades. you draw these lines like this, and you cut a little of the fat off. This is what I was taught by the guy who created this program. So see how you're up your highest point? This is where you take profits. This is where you take profits. These are the highest points. Okay, and that's probably going to coincide with the price being here at this highest point. You see it? One of these points, the two hills. Okay, and that's just your divergence you get off at the double top. You know, you get your one more top, usually a little higher, or if not the same. Either way, you sold pretty close to the top if you use this parameter. Now, it tells you want to start selling here, and then it tells you want to start buying here at the fat peak of the red, because then the money line starts to come up, right? Like more money, more money, more money. Now, the money line is high. That's where you kind of want to begin to get out. Now, we might have one more pop. It's going to give the money line here, and then this is going to extend the short, and the money line is going to go back down like this. And we're going to get this red histogram in the money line. So this is telling us things are going to go our way on the VWAP and the money line. So I'm throwing in some other curveballs in here, and this is $1,000. Actually, this is $1,500 lifetime right now for this exact setup. So I'm giving you guys basically $1,500 in free value. Now, I told you at the end of the stream, let's just check on my short. Not as good as it was doing before. Now 40, 40, and 30. Not too bad. Not too bad. So let's take a look now at where we're at. I wanted to give you guys a gem now. I'm going to show you something why I know Bitcoin is probably going down and down even more. And we could actually throw it on YFI as well. It's called the Trend Watch Indicator. You're going to take a simple EMA, and you're going to take a weighted moving EMA, and you're going to put them together. You're going to use only these two indicators. And these two indicators are going to give you some extreme insight. You're going to take the weighted MA, right? And you're going to make it 144. Okay? A weighted MA. And then you're going to take a simple MA and you're going to make it number 4. And that's really just going to hug the price. Okay? And you can see that if we go back to the 1 hour, the 4 hour, this thing is beautiful. Wherever we cross this, we start going on an uptrend. So look, we crossed it right here. We're on an uptrend. We used it. Then we crossed it right here, and we came down really, really hard. Then we came up, then we crossed it right here, we came down really, really hard. Then we came up, we crossed it right here, we went really, really, really hard. Then we came up, and look, we just crossed it, came up, we're about to cross it again, and we're below it yet again. Whenever we cross this thing, look, we fell down really fast, we're going to go down really hard. You see this? That's what this line tells us, this blue line. Let me make it thicker, a little more apparent. I like my thick lines. But look, I'm telling you right now, this is Trend Watch. And this is going to give you a really good indication of when to short and when to long. This is basically shows you when trends change. It's an amazing indicator. I'm giving you guys a gem right now. Please get your weighted MA and put a 144 and get a simple MA and put number 4 on it. And then watch the beauty. Okay, Bitcoin having a little bit of a pump now. Interesting. So it did make that right shoulder kind of coming back up. Will it get rejected by this line? Are they just trying to suck people in again? Or is this it? Did it decide, hey, I found my bottom? You could say it is a blip because it could keep coming down. We're going to see. This is a very interesting place for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Trend Watch. Well, Trend Watch, it's fallen through the trend. Every time it does that, Bitcoin has a pretty nasty fall. So let's take a look at it now. Here's a fall. We went all the way down when we crossed the trend, right? Pretty far. So there's one right there. They've been on such an uptrend. And here we crossed again. We fell really hard. So this Trend Watch is already telling me that it's time to short Bitcoin. It's crossed. And usually it comes down pretty far before it starts to build back up. So there it is, man. This was your indication to short Bitcoin right here when we crossed this trend line. So sell Bitcoin at about $18,482 was the move. If you didn't believe that, then we fell through the pattern. You could have waited for a retest of some sort. We tried to get through support, and then you could have sold right here at 17,000. I was late at 17,200. But again, no trader gets the top and no trader gets the bottom. The idea is to get the measured move in the middle. I'm going to be getting a lot of this value here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same money and buy back either the same amount of Bitcoin or more Bitcoin. So I'm either going to take profits of about $3,000 from this trade, or I'm going to be just buying $3,000 more Bitcoin at a lower price. I'm going to turn 0.76 Bitcoin into 0.85, which to me is huge, huge, huge. So in the coming years, that could be difference between like 50 to a few $100,000. And that's just a tiny move I'm making by trusting the oscillators. I'm trusting that the daily and the 3-day are saying, hey man, enough is enough. Now, we didn't cross them on the daily, this oscillator, yet. So we have to cross it. Let's see if we do. Do we ever cross it here? So we do cross it, and that does show you some really bad downtrend as well on the daily. See, look at this. Anytime we cross this thing, look, down, 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 down. Now, this is good news. We haven't crossed it yet. But if this comes up, we see price cross this. Again, where is price exactly right now? It's up here. So this line's logarithmic. It could wake its way up while Bitcoin goes sideways. It could cross it, though, around 15,500. And that will propel us even further down. This could be, it's kind of scary, but this could be, hopefully we bounce. You hope we bounce off this line on the daily. That's going to be a big idea. So when we get there, I may close the short. And then if we fall down, I'll reopen the short. If we bounce back up, I'll start in different positions completely. So that's the idea. Show me all the indicators for DOT. I went over DOT, man. No, I'm going to go over Voxel right now. Boxlight at $1.49. Wow, this looks great. Yo, Hadouken makes great calls. Look, double bottom. This thing is about to fly. Look at that. Let's take a look at it on the oscillators. Trend watch is good. It's below. That means it's got to come up. Funny little pattern, though. A little strange, honestly. Okay, so we take a look at this. Boom. Yeah, man. Look, double bottom, falling wedge. You're right. Box-like core, man. What is this? This thing is about to fly. Losing momentum here, starting to coil up, so you don't even have to worry about what the MACD is doing, because no matter what it does, like if it curves down, if it curves up, it's just small momentum. It's gonna have to coil up. And this is a beautiful play, because all you have to do is just put your stop loss like right here. So you could buy it right now at $1.49 and put a stop loss. Yeah, I wish I got the bottom of the pattern. I only like to trade the bottom of the pattern. So this would have been your entry here, because now your stop loss can be 1 or 2%. Very, very minimal. But this is looking really good. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, even the 4-hour shows you that this is about to rocket. So nice call on this, man. This is going to fly. So now I get to make this call. Well, guys, I'm telling you right now, Boxlight's about to make a big move. A big, big move. Clearly. Possibly 108% gains out of this coin, all the way to $3. So just remember that I said this, man. Boxlight about to do its thing, dude. So interesting. Very interesting. Nice call, Hadouken. This is like the 5th or 6th time that you've brought up an amazing chart. I was in at 74 cents. Lifer, did you go over Boxel for on-mit? Yep. Yeah, man. Boom. Boom, boom. Okay, now we have some amazing news, guys. Something that's really happening that's insane for Bitcoin. You thought Bitcoin would always remain a dinosaur. You thought that every other asset would outplay Bitcoin. You think Bitcoin would just become a little piece of nothing in this game. Now look at Stellar. Stellar is starting to stay bullish. The global reset. Is this a Fed coin? There's talks about Stellar Lumens being a Fed coin, right? Now it's either going to break out or it's going to come back down to the pattern here at about 1576. We'll see. It looks like it's going to roll over. Not a lot of momentum here on the 2-hour. The daily, the 12-hour looks like very oversold and it wants to come down. So just a little worrisome there. I feel like this is just a fake pump to kind of suck people back into these coins so they can dump them on them really fast. I think Bitcoin's on a little bit of a mend right now. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Bitcoin holding, it went all the way down to that 550 region. So let's take a look at the 15 minute. So it's starting to form, I said maybe it's going to form the right shoulder here, right? Come back out to the pattern, get rejected. Halfway through the move already, we did get sold. Like we're having a funny little doji star candle. A lot of selling, a lot of buying in the same area. A lot of indecision. Indecision isn't good for momentum, right? In an upward move. Indecision actually helps bearishness, you know? Amit also asked about Isaiah. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at that. IZEA. Sorry about that. I hit the Isaiah Worldwide. This thing at $1. Now, this thing is not... Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, it's moving up. It's doing well, just like you said. So we've already tracked this for you. Up 161% gains. This thing is breaking out. It's doing well right now. It looks like the momentum, it's getting a little bit of a rejection here. You can see. Came back down. Let's look at it in the 1 hour. Kind of get an idea of what's happening with the pattern. Almost had a bearish engulfing candle, but you didn't. You got lucky there. Came back down to the previous support. You're holding new support. This is where I would probably load up, but it looks like you're going to roll over on the 1 hour. So 1 hour, you're either going to go sideways like this. So I think I'm going to make a voodoo pennant here. This is voodoo trading. You want to kind of begin your shapes before they play out. But I think you're going to do something like this. You're either going to do something like a pennant or something like a bull flag. One of these three patterns, either something like this, or something like that. We're not sure. So you play it like this. Put your line here on the end of that. And you hope the support holds. You hope you can jump up a couple more. So when this cross comes down, you come down and it goes sideways. And then what you want to do, like I teach every time, is buy the bottom of the pattern. Buy the bottom of the pattern. The bottom of the pattern should align on the 4 hour. Once this comes down like this and starts to curve up. And you should buy the bottom of the pattern with the MACD curving, the RSI in your favor. Something like this. And then this will be ready to blast. So this is going to be your entry, I think, somewhere at like 94 or something like that. Just watch this pattern, see if it plays out. You know, let's look at the 30 minute. Look, it's already given more. Let's look at the 15 minute. It's already even there more. So see how the pattern really plays out? See, now we can see the pattern. My voodoo pattern really makes sense now. See, I'm not that crazy. And I didn't even see this yet. And that's why these smaller time frames really help you understand where the price is going. Like we're going to go back up right now for a nice little, you could take a scalp right now, back to the top of the pattern. Pattern traded. You know, so this is going really well. Another beautiful call. Another beautiful call. Boxlight, BOXL, and IZEA. You make me want to buy both of these. Looking really good. You guys are making really good calls. These are unreal. Anyone who's seeing this and missing out on it, damn man, this would really, really come in handy. So, all right. Now I got some news and then we're out of here. What is Bitcoin Taproot? An introductory guide. Okay. Through 2008, though 2008 was a bear market, the cryptocurrency space, Bitcoin made great strides amidst this lull. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm the Crypto Lifer. Today I want to talk about an upgrade for Bitcoin. That's right. Bitcoin's getting an upgrade? Come on. You thought the biggest, most well-known coin, the most robust digital gold wasn't going to have intellectual property and people working on it, wasn't going to have people really digging and doing the work, coding, making it better? The human race has always worked on making things better. The car, the spaceship, the airplane, we are always innovating. What made you think we wouldn't innovate Bitcoin? So with that, today I want to talk about Taproot and why it's super important and why I think you should know about it. Because Bitcoin is going to about to do something and be more powerful than you ever imagined. So check it out. Let's get into it. What is Bitcoin Taproot? Okay, let's take a look at this article here. Really get into the nitty gritty of Bitcoin Taproot. Okay, make it nice and big here so you guys can follow along. Okay, so here we go. Amazing. Though 2008 was a bear market for the cryptocurrency space, Bitcoin made great strides amidst this lull. Bitcoin's development progressed, undistracted by its price action, and made great proposals to improve Bitcoin's scalability, privacy, and flexibility where they were put forward. Among these, privacy remains a major concern for Bitcoin because it's a transparent ledger that treats everyone equally and publishes all activities happening all over. One improvement that particularly invited a lot of debate in the Bitcoin's cryptography mailing list is called Bitcoin Taproot. It's called Bitcoin Taproot, which aims to improve the privacy of Bitcoin transactions. But before jumping onto Taproot, let me begin with a concept called Bitcoin Mast, whose limitations Bitcoin Taproot intends to solve. So you have your Merkle root, your interior nodes, your leaf nodes, and your member data. If you remember, I have mentioned about Taproot in my previous article on Bitcoin Mast. But anyway, for a fresh start, let me give you the gist. Bitcoin transactions work essentially by first locking Bitcoin into a script, and then unlocking it, and then locking it again somewhere under the same new scripts or conditions. And scripts here mean a couple of lines of code written in script language, which is the official smart contract language in Bitcoin. And Mast is the new way of stacking these scripts in a Merkle tree so that they can be verified using Merkleized Bitcoin addresses. In the Mast article, I pointed out that if anyone using Merkleized Bitcoin address on the public blockchain of Bitcoin, then it is easy to identify that someone is using multi-sig or at least complex conditions for transferring those Bitcoins. But when to even leak this kind of information, that someone is using multi-sig or underlying conditions to move particular coins, and this could be a potential privacy loophole. Also, while using Mast-enabled addresses, you need to not include the whole script or conditions in the UTXO for spending, also, while using Mast-enabled addresses, you need not include the whole script or conditions in the UTXO for spending it, because even a part of the entire script or an individual condition can be verified against the hash of the whole script, i.e. the Merkle root. Now, as Mast requires you to include only that condition in the transaction that you were using instead of the whole set, and has data benefits. This way, your transaction becomes much smaller while simultaneously giving you the capability to engage with complex unlocking conditions. So this is unlike P2SH addresses where they need to reveal the whole script or conditions in output for setting. But because of this, Mast transactions look different from the standard normal transactions, and to combat this problem, Bitcoin developers have come up with a solution called Taproot, which makes multi-sig or conditional transactions of Mast indistinguishable for the standard transaction. So Taproot is a form of Mast, but with a little tweak that allows one to make a complicated conditional transaction, i.e. multi-sig, look like a normal transaction. Do you know two private keys added together can sign their respective public keys added together? This trick is called aggregate signatures, or threshold signatures, or threshold public keys. Taproot intends to use this trick with Mast and multi-sig transactions, enabling participants to aggregate their signatures and spend from multi-sig, just like a normal transaction. The math behind it is complicated, so I'll skip that for this section, but if you want to explore it now, you can do it here. So are we worth getting into the math there? You know? So as by Mark Friedenbach and others have pointed out before, it's almost always the case interesting scripts have a logical top level, but we won't get into that deepness for you guys. I think we'll just kind of show you what it does. Having said that, it does mean Taproot has some limitations. Taproot works well when you have a sort of base and can multisig, for example, even 2 of 3 of multisig if all 3 signs, and Bitcoin will be released. Similarly, when 2 of the 3 signs that Bitcoin will be released and the transaction can be made indistinguishable from the normal ones. But what if 2 or 3 are not agreeing and signing, and you have an alternative scenarios coming into play? Can we ensure privacy and indistinguishability in such case with Taproot? Well, we can, but we become data heavy as well as complicated. So, is it amazing? You know, let's take a look at the video and see if it really explains it a little better.
Howdy guys, Jimmy Song here for Off Chain. I wanted to do an episode that's a little more technical. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. To be honest, I have no idea how this one's gonna go because I am going to basically read, which is that it means. And in order,
it was a pretty good article. I think it was a bit misleading. I thought we were gonna get a lot more awesome information out of Bitcoin. It does sound cool for privacy for Bitcoin. You know, we can use multi-sig to hide. We can make a multi-sig transaction look like a regular transaction. Now, Stellar Lumens is flying off the chain right now. Interesting. Just on the day alone, it's been up off of the bottom of this pattern that it moved in, from 18 even all the way almost a whole cent, moving up to a penny in the last 20-30 minutes. Last couple hours, so it's chopped itself into this bull flag here. Okay, that's a bull pennant for Stellar Lumens. Now, I'm bullish until I'm not. Now, the 1 hour says that we're going to roll over, right? You can see that the MACD doesn't want it, but this is a bullish pattern. So are we going to, you know, it does say that we could come back all the way down to the bottom of the pattern right here, which would put it down 14% loss down to 15. So that's most probable from the scenario we have. Look, MACD crossing, RSI could fall down. This is looking good. But we go to the 4 hour, right? And the 4 hour really wants to rock. So could the 1 hour come down here and then the 4 hour complement that, and together this could break out of this pattern. So right now I'm bullish on stellar lumens until it shows me something different. Now it doesn't make sense with Bitcoin going down that stellar lumens would go up, but I'm just taking what the chart gives me, right? I can't really do anything else. And right now that's telling me that stellar lumens is going to go to 24 cents. Now, is it involved in something different? Is it a Fed coin? Is it going to be involved in the reset? Is there a reason institutions are gobbling it up? There could be an underlying supply and demand issue here, or it could be underlying demand that we're not sure about for stellar lumens. So right now I'm bullish on stellar lumens until I'm not. That's how I trade. I'm a pattern trader, right? Gives me a 68% chance of a break to the upside. So it is until it isn't. I use every advantage that I have, and that's how I trade. Meaning, even if I know the parameters don't look great, the oscillators say yes, and the pattern says yes. It doesn't really matter what I think, or what others think, or what's going on. All that really matters is that I see that this is a bullish pattern, and I play it over and over again. So every time I see a bullish pattern, I play it. And that's just basically the same name of the game, okay? That's the name of the game. Let's see where people think. We're going to get an indication of other people. Now, Bitcoin making a nice pump. Now, it went all the way down to 16,550. Now, you know Bitcoin's never going to go down and up all at the same time. You can see, though, all we have to make sure is that we get rejected by this line. If we break out, then that will become a breakout of this falling wedge, and we can see Bitcoin make it all the way back to the bottom of the pattern. But right now, it has fallen out of the pattern, and I've also showed you the trend watch. I've shown you a bunch of different lines. There's many indications that show that Bitcoin should continue this downtrend. It's fighting, but it should continue the downtrend. Buy back when it drops. Have a nice tether stack ready to buy these dips. Yeah, you know we're going to have a huge dip. Just finally sold my XLM with 100% profits. Very good, man. You got lucky you got back to 18, my friend. You got lucky, honestly. I don't know why you didn't sell in the pop, but hey, I'm happy. I'm proud of you. That's a big move. That's a nice job. And then what you'll be able to do is go back in, because it's going to tank and you're going to be out. We're going to, I mean, you should almost sell the whole thing. I think you would have been fine selling the whole thing, but you're right. You never know. You never know. Hey, as long as you did the right thing, you probably were in and out. Who knows how your internet service was? The fact that you were making these trades while you're, when I'm out there, sometimes I just forget and I just start floating around when I'm in Costa Rica having fun. So the fact that you're on your game, you're finding some type of Wi-Fi, and you're getting in and out of a position, shout out to XRP Music for doing that, man. That's amazing. You're the man, dude. That's why you're my buddy, dude. You're on point, bro. You're on point, man. So yeah, Bitcoin, man, 16,008 now. Internet has gone down a bunch. Yeah, no, you've been MIA for a while, but that's why I'm happy when not happy to hear from you, but in my mind, I was like, he's out there, man, enjoying life, like, disconnected from technology, like really getting into nature and exploring and bettering yourself, and you're gonna have a good time. So check it out. If we invert Atom, that looks like a bull flag, doesn't it? That's gonna break out to the upside. So that's an ascending triangle for Atom. Okay. Now, if you're just joining my channel, this is inverted. So we see that this is probably going to go up, right, to the target. Boom, like so. I inverted that. So that means Atom's going to probably come down all the way to $3.80. So I'm projecting a lot of drops in these coins. I just am. Sad to say. Maybe one more bottoming out. Hopefully we can hold this level of support here, or maybe this level here at 420. 423 would be nice. I don't want to see Atom go that low. Testing to see if you guys are watching. Nobody is, apparently. No. Okay. My bad about that. Cool. Sorry about that. Hey, I forgot I zoomed in for the article. I apologize. Horrible behavior. Who am I, man? Such an idiot. Okay. So Bitcoin down is the play right now. You can see it's about to fly. This isn't inverted, and it looks just like the chart we showed Adam. Makes me freaked out. It's inverted, and it's not, right? Because yeah, this is it. This is about to fly. Bitcoin down, looking really nice. Really no reason I shouldn't add to this position. Bitcoin down, man. Looking really nice on the 1 hour. Wants to roll over on the 4 hour. So I'm going to have to wait. 4 hour says no, not yet. But this thing is in a falling wedge. It's in a rounded bottom. Very, very bullish. So I got bullish calls for you that are bearish. I got bearish bullish calls. But boom, man, this is really looking nice. Come back down to the pattern on the 4 hour. Get back in at about 189. And then ride this thing, dude. Like possibly all the way up to $5. So some big gains coming. So this is going to be my play as well. 145% gains coming if we do this right, because that's going to be 3% on Bitcoin's moves. Bitcoin goes down 20-30%, we're going to make damn near 60 to 90% gains. So we're setting up for the most beautiful short. You know, this is it. These are the opportunities we look for. Right here was the one. Boom. Okay. If you're able to catch the bottom of the pattern, which is almost impossible. If you did, you would have made some serious gains. But if you didn't, you would still made some good gains. 81%. And if we shave it up to the top here, you know, about 60, 70% gains. So this is the last time Bitcoin had a bit of a move, right? Like to kind of, I wish we could align this with Bitcoin's chart. But what we can do is we can just take a good look at it. So yeah. So I'm still very, very bearish on Bitcoin right now at the moment. Can't believe I'm saying that. But I'm bullish long term. Very, very, very bullish long term. We're at a key resistance point here for Bitcoin, okay? We keep getting rejected by my trend line. Look. We got wicked up. They tried to buy it up as much as they could. This could be retail. Someone tried to buy right here. Or someone just knew they could get off the 21-day moving average, and then they sold when they got to the top of the pattern. That was just a boss move. You can see this is an inverted head and shoulders. It's supposed to break out. To me, it's getting rejected. You know, here's one that was probably going to get, it got a little high. So it is a shoulder, head, shoulder, inverted head and shoulder for sure. Complex inverted head and shoulder. But the bigger pattern. So you could see on the 1 minute we got our rejection. You can't see this candle, what's going on, but that's what happened. So we got our rejection at the top of the pattern. Going to be coming back down. At least. So this is kind of my projection here for Bitcoin. 15,100 on the low. And let me just take let me look at my link down play and link. Everybody likes some link. And honestly, it's sad. You got to short these coins just because I want them so bad. It's the only way I can produce more profit, so I can take what I need. Pretty sure we put link down in already today, but maybe it's playing voodoo with me here. Link down, baby. Yeah, this thing looks good. This thing looks really good right now. Look on the 2 hour. Once it breaks above the 200 day, it's gonna fly. That's like a big spot for it. So yeah, this is I would probably add to the position if it breaks out of this. And that gives us a target for link down, looking really nice on the 2 hour and really, really nice on the 4 hour. Look at that. Gonna roll down. It's funny how the 4 hour looks, like it's like, you had your turn. Even a little bit of bearish divergence there. It's interesting how the 4 hour kind of lends us the idea that maybe not. 1 hour looks amazing. 2 hour looks amazing. And the daily, which holds the most weight, is oversold. Right? So as long as we get through that rollover in the 4 hour, this daily is oversold, man. And it's about to have it's about to rip, in my opinion. And even if we just get to this resistance point here, which is the most probable on the daily, you got 248% gains. So Because it's only 13 cents, man. Link down right now. You see that? Pennies, dude. Pennies. You ride this thing up to a bill? I'm just saying. You know? Wait, this isn't the same. Hold on. Something's going on here because this saying it's 136. But I'm in link down and the price isn't the same here. Look. Link down. I bought it at, oh yeah, 0.13. Okay, yeah, that's it. Wow, so this thing's tiny, man. 13-cent coin with huge gains coming when link dips. This is huge. This is huge. All right, guys. It's going to be about it for the day. Actually, I want to see for my own self because I'm going to read this anyway, so I might as well read with you guys. We're going to check what's going on with Bitcoin just to see what the corny news people are saying. I like to bounce those ideas. Sometimes what they say is good. Sometimes they say it's crazy. Certain guys I just know, their articles just go with the trend just to say anything they can. Okay, so check it out. Ethereum hash rate approaches new record highs amid surging gas fees on November 27th. Ethereum community is preparing itself ahead of the Beacon chain launch, which marks the first phase of the ecosystem's migration towards proof of stake. Okay. POS consensus. As December 1st launch date approaches, the ETH network's computing power has soared to 277 terahashes per second, and according to data from the trust board, this figure is just a few points shy of the all-time high at 295 terahashes. Before hitting today's milestone, the ETH network saw the amount of computing power directed towards mining Ether explode by over 80% on October 8th. As per a tweet to crypto analysis firm Glassnode, the Ethereum network hash rate broke 250 terahash barrier for the first time in 2 years. What is behind the rising hash rate? The hash rate on ETH blockchain has been rising steadily since July of this year, giving insight into the network's health and security. The surge in the network's computing power is partly attributable to the rising ETH price, which has gained over 350% since the start of this year. The second largest cryptocurrency even broke the $600 level on November 23rd before profit taking from crypto bulls triggered the intense sell-off. The ETH network has hit multiple records since the deposit contract launch brought users to the ability to deposit ETH and participate in staking. Following the November 5th rollout on the deposit contract, the number of Ethereum addresses holding at least 32 ETH has exploded to an all-time high, as per data from Glassnode. Amazing. But you have to get a node and stack 32 ETH, right? So you need 32 ETH to stack. Might be a good time to get them when the price goes down, right? So rejected again by the top line here on the 1 minute. You can just see, man, rejection, rejection, rejection. Look for us to come back down to the bottom of the pattern. So there you go. All playing out exactly to plan. This trend line is showing that it's a rounded top. That's really going to project us down. Eventually when it come up, we're going to hit it, and then we're just going to keep, it's like a parabola, but a parabola on the way down. See? That's what's going to be happening. Peter Schiff calls for Bitcoin's doom again with new KYC regulations. Famous gold proponent Peter Schiff is not a fan of Bitcoin, and he has predicted the top cryptocurrency doom on a number of occasions. Schiff's last prediction came after the infamous Black Thursday crash in March this year, when Bitcoin price crashed by more than 50% in a single day. So did every asset in the world. Come on, man. Since then, Bitcoin has managed to climb as high as 19,800 during the ongoing bull cycle. Bitcoin proponents have been taunting Schiff throughout this bullish rally, asking for his reaction and further predictions. Despite the ongoing bull cycle being carried by the influx of institutional investors, Schiff believes that the upcoming proposed anti-money laundering and KYC regulations could make Bitcoin too costly as a medium of exchange. Come on. The stringent AML and KYC regulations anticipated for Bitcoin will not only make Bitcoin less desirable to own, but far more expensive to transact in. So even if Bitcoin ever becomes stable enough to actually use as a medium of exchange, it will be the most expensive way to pay. No one's going to pay with it, you fool. We're going to use atomic swaps on cross-chain to get into different projects. Come on, Peter. I started buying gold because Peter taught me that gold. Basically, I started watching Peter in 2008. He predicted the stock market crash and the housing crash. I started watching him all the time on YouTube. He's one of the first YouTubers I ever got into watching when it came to finances. So because of Peter Schiff, I started buying gold, and then I learned that gold was, had a small supply, all that. Gonna leave you a dislike. Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, so they're saying that now that's the price of Bitcoin is exploding. Peter Schiff is really pushing it with new ridiculous arguments against Bitcoin. Give up already, right? Yeah, you think he would finally just say, you know what, man, I should buy one of these Bitcoins. Breaking: German finance minister wants ECB to finalize digital euro plans faster. Olaf Scholz, the German finance minister, on Friday said that the European Central Bank must work very hard towards finalizing their plans for a digital euro and a digital payment network. Obvious. Twitter philanthropist Plut shares 30 secret billionaire Bitcoin owners rumor. The millionaire Twitter philanthropist Bill Pute, dubbed Bitcoin Bill after his foray into the Bitcoin market back in December 2019, has taken into social media, live streaming to his followers to share claims that 30 billionaires have Bitcoin holdings they are not telling the public about. I was on the phone to a billionaire the other day, and he said to me, Bill, do you understand that there are literally 30 other billionaires who are in Bitcoin who have not publicly come out and publicly said, I am in Bitcoin? Pute then claimed that the person he had spoken to had revealed the identity of a high-profile billionaire who was rumored to have the biggest position in Bitcoin. Pute refused to name the names, but added that everybody would know the person in question. He also said that he was telling his followers about his rumor and was just letting followers know what I know. So there you go. Bitcoin Bill Pute talks about how there's 30 or so Bitcoin billionaires who haven't come out publicly announced yet. The video was sent in Bitcoin Reddit thread in a flurry of speculation as to the identity of the mystery Bitcoin whale, with some guessing that the mystery Bitcoin whale was Elon Musk, with Amazon chief Jeff Bezos and crypto skeptic Warren Buffett also mentioned. As for Pute, the Pult Group, Pulte, Hare appears to have grown increasingly bullish about Bitcoin in recent months, and recently took to Twitter to retweet his own predictions about Bitcoin prices following the latest crypto rise. Bitcoin looks to me to be a coiled spring ready to pop, but don't listen to me. Let's see when he tweeted that, what he said. This is when Bitcoin is ready to go, yeah. Coiled spring, like boom. I mean, looks like it's going to have a pullback, in my opinion, right? So that's what it looks like to me, right? He also wrote that he's thinking of giving away Bitcoin today on November 17th, and he claimed to be having trouble sending Bitcoin to someone who is not following him on Twitter. He urged another recipient of his philanthropy to buy Bitcoin with a US $20 handout. And if mega rich Bitcoin bulls are your thing, check out the list of wealthy investors who have turned their attention to Bitcoin, including Bill himself. 10 superstar trading investors who have endorsed Bitcoin. Stanley Drunken Miller, perhaps the freshest name on the list. The billionaire was charged with curating George Soros' fortune in the 1990s. He recently told CNBC that although he is a Bitcoin buyer, he owns many, many more times gold than he owns Bitcoin. He added, frankly, if the gold bet works, the Bitcoin bet will probably work better. Opening in that BTC is more liquid and has more beta. Bill Miller. Miller is the founder of the chief investment officer investment firm Miller Value Partners and has been talking about Bitcoin for years. He claims to have bought tokens back when you could snap them up for just $300 each. Back in 2008, he stated that Bitcoin is much more transportable than gold and can actually be used to buy things. In November this week, he said that Bitcoin's staying power gets better every day. Paul Tudor Jones, the hedge fund guru, the founder and chief investment officer of Tudor Investment Corporations, says he holds a small single-digit Bitcoin stake, but reserves plenty of praise for the token. Last month, he said, I think we're in the first inning of Bitcoin and it's going a long way to go. Said that crypto was like investing in like Steve Jobs and Apple were investing in Google early. Also, his fund seemingly invested around $210 million. Michael Saylor, Saylor and MicroStrategy CEO and mastermind the software firm's left field decision to use his company's balance sheet to buy up Bitcoin and its primary treasure receive assets. Saylor has doubled down on his Bitcoin bets, recently revealing that he has forked out a cool $175 million on a private Bitcoin stash, and MicroStrategy isn't done there either. Saylor made sure that they put in another $475 million. We found that out. Mark Mobius. Mobius is investment royalty. He is the Templeton Emerging Markets Group, former executive chairman and ex-World Bank advisor, known as the Pied Piper of emerging markets. He is also the founder of the asset management firm Mobius Capital Partners. And although he is now in his mid-80s, Mobius says Bitcoin is the real deal, even if he doesn't actually own any. Last year, he stated that Bitcoin embodied a desire among people around the world to be able to transfer money easily and confidentially, later adding that if Bitcoin continues to grow, he would be considered buying. Fred Wilson. See, macro investors, they wait for something to grow. Like, they don't have to wait for it to get too big. They wait for it to grow. Fred Wilson. Wilson has been in the venture capital game since the greed is good era of the mid-1980s. He is the co-founder and managing partner of the venture capital giant Union Square Ventures, and says that both he and his firm are in the crypto investment game for the long haul. Bitcoin is our digital gold, he said last week, back in September last year. He wrote, I'm a long crypto and USV is long in crypto. Are we putting more capital into the sector? And we will continue. We are putting more capital into the sector and we will continue to do so. Bill Pult, known as Twitter philanthropist, Pulte is the grandson of the founder of the building giant Pult Group, former Pult Home. He has close to 3 million followers on Twitter, and last year rocked the crypto world, where he told social media fans that he had bought a tidy Bitcoin. And as his philanthropy is the name of the game for Plute, he has begun to start handing out virtual fistfuls of Satoshis, the smallest unit of a Bitcoin online, possibly creating a new model for philanthropy in the industry 4.0. Alan Howard, the British billionaire hedge fund manager, is a veritable magnet for money. The co-founder of Brevin Howard Asset was ranked as one of Forbes' 40 highest earning hedge fund managers in 2013, and the Sunday Times ranked him as the 53rd richest person in the country in 2014. He's also crazy for crypto. His firm Elwood Asset Management last year announced it was building new crypto investment platform for institutional investors, claiming that it had identified some 50 crypto hedge funds that probably satisfy the company's due diligence protocol. Mark Faber, the Swiss investor at 74, is living proof that adage that you're never too old to get into crypto. He made his first token purchase in the spring last year, forking out an undisclosed amount of Bitcoin after a conversation with a crypto-keen compatriot. Even back in 2017, he showed signs he might be ready to board the crypto gravy train, writing, "It may be true that market participants choose to get paid in the most widely accepted currency. Even that, the most widely accepted currency of the day may not be the most valuable at the time, the most accepted currency tomorrow," right? And then Chamath Palihapitiya, right? The Virgin Galactic chairman, Palihapitiya, also the CEO of venture capital outfit Social Capital, is as bullish as they come when it comes to Bitcoin. Not only can you pay him and his associates in Bitcoin if you want to take part in his company's soon-to-be-launched suborbital space flight program, he also speaks about Bitcoin in glowing terms, calling it Gold 2.0. Palihapitiya stated earlier this year that Bitcoin was on course to create a quasi-gold standard for the digital age. So if I haven't hooked you guys up with information that's startling right now, to say the least, please hit the like button. Please follow along and let me know, man. If you're into TA, let me know. We do tutoring, give you one-on-one tutoring every day. If you need it, anytime you need it, let me know. We figure out a schedule, time zone anywhere in the world. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life, guys. I love you. Be safe. Have a wonderful time. And if you're still with your family and enjoying these next 4 days like most people are here in America, you know what? Enjoy it, man. Lay back, relax, and just have a good time, man. Enjoy this time with your family. Relax. Love you guys. Be safe.